All right, today I found something called coverage, and this is a tool that helps one to know the coverage of the code and to know which parts of the code need to be tested and which don't. Now, as I wanted to really write some tests for a model, and then so I have a small model here, uh, and I really wanted to know what I should be testing. Now, most cases, one can get into a situation where they are writing unnecessary tests, and I didn't want to get into that situation. So at first, my model was like this. And so I was wondering if I was to test this model, what exactly do I test? Do I test the fields? Do I test the creation? Because it's just a plain model. So what should I be testing? So uh, it's pretty easy to start like writing tests and then end up like writing useless tests, or you don't want to be testing code that Django already tested, yeah. So that's what I don't know. I didn't want to get into. So as I searched, I found out about this tool called Coverage. So it's covered here in the Django docs. So, code coverage describes how much source code has been tested, and it shows which parts of your code are being exercised by tests and which are not. All right. So the docs are saying it's an important part of testing applications, so it's strongly recommended to check the coverage of your tests. And this does not come as part of Django already, so it needs to be installed. Yeah. Um, so for installation, you come here and then you can go to the docs, and then you definitely have to do pip install, which I already did, and then the doc shows how to you know how to run coverage, how to use coverage. So the reason I'm really using this is because uh, the reason I'm using these docs is because so so it gives, if you are using PyTest unit test for testing. So for me, I use PyTest. So if you are using unit test, this is how you do it. So for me, I'm using PyTest, and that's I'll just be following that. Okay. Uh, so in my case, I will do this. Let me just try and okay. So in my case, sorry, let me put back my code. Okay. All right. So in my case, I'll do coverage run uh, m minus m by test. Now I can pass arguments here. Maybe I want to test everything in employment models.py. Okay, but I can leave it open and it will go looking for all the tests that I need to run. So, but since I'm interested in my model, I'll just do this. Okay. Um, what we see is that zero collected, zero items. So I will execute the next command, um, which is for getting the report, coverage report. Okay. So coverage report, report minus m. Interesting. So I'm able to see what's going on. Um, Models inside model. So what we see is that in admin, I mean, this is a file I haven't touched. It's, well, I did register an employee, but to the admin site, but it shows me 100% coverage. So which means I don't need to test anything. In apps, nothing to be tested. Okay, init settings, nothing to be tested. But I see that I have 86% coverage in models, and even goes ahead to show me which lines are missing tests. So it shows me line 18, which is definitely this one, and shows me line 21, which is this, and boom. So now I know I need to test that. Pretty interesting. I need to test that. So total percent coverage is 95. All right. So now if I write tests, I know that I only need to write tests that covers line 18 and line 21. Perfect. Sounds good. So you know, one can also get an HTML version of this report, which I think is more intuitive. So I can do coverage, HTML. Okay. This opens it in the editor. So how do I open this? I come here. It's already okay. So it creates this folder called HTML coverage, HTML cov, which means coverage anyways. So I will open this. Um, so I think it's might be good to install live server so that I'm able to open this HTML file. I already have live server installed, so if you don't have it installed, you can just come here and say live server and install it as a plugin. So this is it, live server. So I already have it installed. This can pretty allow you to open HTML pages. Um, so when I open that, boom. So I have my report here, and so let's see, what do I got? Um, Models 86%. So the same report basically, but presented in HTML. All right. So the beauty with this is I can actually click here and open. Yo. All right. So 14 statements run. Sorry. Um, 14 statements run. So 12 don't need to be tested, and 2 are missing tests. Wow. So it clearly shows me that I need to write tests for this. So let me like try and remove that code so that we see if we had only the model without this, you know, um, without string representation and and a property. If we just basically had this, which I had in the beginning, let's see what happens. I think I need to run this again. Uh, okay. This time around, I can even just leave out the arguments. I can do that. It will run wherever there is tests in the project. It will find it. All right. So coverage. I need HTML coverage. So and boom. Yes, it already updated. So after running the report again, it updates automatically. So clearly I don't need to test anything here. Yeah, I don't need to write any test. Yeah, that's nice. So since I actually run the whole project this time around, so I'm getting like even there's this other file schema, all right, that I need to check out, which has 93. So I have some, some query. This is graphene basically. So if one came here, they would be wondering, so do I test the whole class? Do I test every method here? But it's clearly showing you that from what I have, I only need to be testing line 19. And if you look at it, basically, this is all Django are, because now like here I am not really passing any parameters. I'm just, so if this model is good, then it means that this query should run. Like Django already ensures that, yeah. But since I'm passing for here, since I'm passing, so why I'm explaining this is because someone might be wondering, okay, so why are we not testing this? So look at this query, employee.objects.all. We are not passing any arguments, or this is just plain Django, without any other, nothing custom or nothing. We are not passing any arguments, yeah, any parameters, yeah. So our employee, if I already have a test that covers employee, then our employee.objects.all should actually run. So that's why it's not being highlighted. But for the case of this, I made, what if I actually run this query without passing first name? Yeah. So uh, something may not work as expected if I don't pass, let's say, the parameters I'm supposed to pass. So this needs to be tested. Yeah, but all in all, you see that coverage kind of shows, it actually shows what needs to be tested and what is not. And I think that is really, really important. All right, see you next time. Hope you enjoyed this one. Bye.